Since 2020, the world has experienced an unsettling rise in geopolitical tensions. With conflicts simmering across multiple regions, the question on many minds is whether we are on the brink of a third world war. As we analyze the current global landscape, the signs of escalating instability are increasingly concerning. The conflict between Israel and Hamas has once again thrust the Middle East into turmoil. The recent escalation, marked by rocket attacks and military strikes, has not only caused devastating loss of life but has also drawn in regional powers like Iran. Iran's support for Hamas and its broader influence in Syria, Lebanon, and Yemen continue to stoke fears of a wider regional war that could draw in global powers, including the US. Iran's pursuit of nuclear capabilities adds another layer of danger. Despite international negotiations and the 2015 nuclear deal, Iran has continued to expand its nuclear program. The possibility of a nuclear-armed Iran could trigger a nuclear arms race in the Middle East, further destabilizing the region and increasing the chances of military conflict with the US and its allies. The ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine is a flashpoint with global repercussions. NATO's support for Ukraine, through military aid and sanctions against Russia, has exacerbated tensions between Moscow and the West. The conflict has disrupted global energy supplies, strained international alliances, and brought the specter of nuclear confrontation back into public discourse. Meanwhile, China's assertiveness in the South China Sea and its military maneuvers around Taiwan are testing US resolve in the Asia-Pacific region. The US has responded with increased military presence and alliances, such as the Quad and AUKUS, to counter China's influence. The potential for a military clash between the US and China, particularly over Taiwan, is a serious concern that could escalate into a broader conflict. North Korea's missile tests and nuclear ambitions continue to be a source of instability in East Asia. Despite diplomatic efforts, North Korea remains defiant, and its provocations risk sparking a military conflict that could involve the US, South Korea, and Japan, with unpredictable consequences. The rivalry between Saudi Arabia and Iran has fueled conflicts across the Middle East, from Yemen to Syria. The recent rapprochement between Saudi Arabia and Israel, while a potential step toward peace, also risks inflaming tensions with Iran, which opposes this normalization of relations. The US's involvement in the region, particularly through arms sales and military bases, continues to make it a key player in any potential conflict. Beyond military conflicts, global economic instability is also contributing to tensions. The COVID-19 pandemic, supply chain disruptions, and inflation have strained economies worldwide. Competition for resources, especially energy, water, and food, is intensifying, leading to conflicts over access and control. The US, as a major global economic power, is deeply intertwined in these dynamics, and any major disruption could have far-reaching implications. The modern battlefield is increasingly digital, with cyber warfare becoming a critical aspect of global conflicts. State-sponsored cyberattacks on critical infrastructure in the US and its allies have the potential to trigger military responses. The race for technological supremacy, particularly in areas like artificial intelligence and quantum computing, is also creating new forms of competition that could spill over into military conflict. Over the past 2 decades, we've seen a retreat from international norms and the weakening of institutions like the United Nations. Countries are more willing to use force, challenge international laws, and disregard diplomatic solutions. This erosion of global governance makes it more likely that regional conflicts could escalate into something far more dangerous. As the world becomes increasingly unpredictable, the possibility of a third world war cannot be dismissed. The convergence of geopolitical rivalries, nuclear proliferation, economic competition, and technological advancements has created a volatile environment. The decisions made by world leaders in the coming years will be crucial in determining whether we can navigate these challenges peacefully or if we are headed toward a catastrophic global conflict.